Warning, this is a family-friendly radio. Children of all ages are welcome to participate.
This is my grandpa's geocaching talk show.
Hiker James After Cache is sponsored by Cacheface.social. Like to meet new friends, share your photos, tell stories about your caching adventures? Go to Cacheface.social. You might be surprised that some of your friends are already there waiting for you. So try it out today. It's free and it always will be. That's www.cacheface.social. See you there.
And now for our latest news.
Hello, geocachers. Welcome to another episode of Hiker James After Cache. And today we have episode 12, which means that we've been on the air now for 3 months. And I'm very pleased with the radio program that I'm using now. And as a pre-recorded show, I can pretty much get everything right before I put it out there on the air. Not guaranteeing that it'll be right because sometimes I just throw it out there. So anyway, for some news now, I know it just said that we had some news. First thing I want to go to is Open Caching North America. Now you can find that at blog.opencaching.us, and this is a weekly blog that is put out on Open Cache. Well, it's a geocaching blog from Open Caching North America, and this week. I don't see the date, and I haven't been on there for some while. The latest news on here right now, let's just go that way, is after 10 plus years, the first to find on a lonely virtual cache. Now this was kind of interesting. It's I wished I knew where to go to check out the coordinates and stuff on this, but it says recently first to find was claimed on a cache in France that sat for over 12 years before being found. However, the finder of the cache declined to be interviewed by this blog, as he is a Groundspeak volunteer reviewer elsewhere in Europe. We did not know they were a reviewer before contacting them, and can totally understand that. Since we are the blog for an alternative or Inundai geocaching website, we can tell you that in our world, Navacache.com to be exact, first to find was recently claimed on a virtual cache created on August 10th, 2004. The cache is on the somewhat famous island in the foreground. Do you know where that is? Well, no. Just looking at the picture, I have no idea where it is, but it's a really nice photo of the place. And congratulations to the first to find. I wished I had more information how you can look at that and go to the coordinates and everything on geocaching.com, but they didn't have that on there for some reason. Maybe I can contact the publisher here and get back with you maybe next week. That's the best I can do on it. But it is an interesting, that 2000 was the start of geocaching, and this one was placed on August 2004. And also it says sat for over 12 years. Now, geocaching.com is celebrating, what is it, that their 14th birthday is coming up, and we will I'll need to find out when that is, so listen for that also. I might even have it into this program if I can find it while I'm doodling. I diddle, daddle, whatever. And so anyway, that is the news for Open Caching North America. And like I said, to find that information and to read all the articles that they have weekly, go to blog.opencaching.us. Okay, we have 4 birthdays coming up this week to let everybody know. And this is based on the emails that I get from cacheface.com. And we have Kitty Cash, or Kitty Catch Kath, September 10th. And we have Tim Day, and his is also on September 10th. And September 11th we have Paul Joyner, his birthday this week. And last but not least, Brady Marshall on the 12th of September. And so there you have it. If you're a member of cacheface.social, your birthday will be listed, and we will send it out on the air to let everybody know and to wish you a happy birthday. Somehow, haven't figured that part quite yet, but I'm sure there's going to be a way that we can. I guess you can go ahead and send a voice message to me, and I'll play that on the air. If you want to wish them a happy birthday and many more, whatever you want to do. If you want to sing them a birthday song, you can do that. You can send that to Radio Talk Show 2013 at gmail.com. And listen up, and if you're on radio, if you're not on the website, if you're on a different device listening to the show, you can always check in and listen to our latest episode all the way back to our first one. Just go to aftercache.com, and that'll take you right there. You can even download it off of Spreaker app for your phone. You can go with the RSS feed, download the RSS app on your phone. There's different ways. Stitcher is another way to download the program onto your phone. If there's any other ways that you've found, let me know, and I'll throw that out here on the air so people can go to that program as well. Also, I'm on iTunes, and I have 2 programs on iTunes, but there's only one now that I'm using, and that is aftercache.com. So as I think it's Hiker James Aftercache is what you're looking for there. The other one is no longer used, but you can still listen to all the episodes on there if you'd like. And we had that show running for a little over a year and a half, I believe, a little over or almost a year and a half. And now, if you go back and listen to last week's episode, you'll get a catch of K and B, which is Ken and Billy from Bullhead City, Arizona, and they had a little part in there on that show where they went to the block party up in Seattle, Washington a couple of weeks ago. And it's interesting to hear what they had to say about all the different things that they did, and sounds like it was a lot of fun. So we appreciate that there, K and B, for sending in the audio and It really was. It really sounded good the way you put that audio together, and so we appreciate people that send in audios. And if you go to my website, which is hikerjamestalkshow.com, you will see over to the right, right there where on the pages it comes up, you will see sending a voice message right underneath the home button there. And sending a voice message will explain to you, if you don't already know, how you can send a voice message to me through your computer, because there is a program on there on your computer already built in called Sound Recorder, and you can record as much as you want on that, and when you're done you save it and where you can find it again, and then you send me an email and attach that to the email, and we will play it online on air on the radio show. So how awesome is that?
We'll be back after this commercial.
Geocachers, check it out. FTF Geocacher Magazine, the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios, and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Check it out at www.ftfgeocacher.com. Hello, fellow geocachers. We would like to take this opportunity to introduce TravelFleas.com. We are a company devoted to expanding your fun and adventure while geocaching. It's always exciting when you discover a cache, and for many of us, it's even a bigger thrill when there's a trackable hidden inside the cache. Discovering a trackable and being able to move it along its journey involves us more in the game. Now you, your group, and your clubs can become part of the journey by attaching your own personalized travel fleas to a trackable and go along for the ride. What are travel fleas, you ask? They are brightly colored, durable metal tags personalized with your geocaching username. Instead of just signing a log and moving on, let other geocachers know who you are by attaching your personalized travel fleas tag to a trackable and join the journey. To purchase your personalized travel fleas, visit our website at travelfleas.com. Happy geocaching, the team at travelfleas.com.
This part of Geocaching Talk Show is sponsored by Cache Advance. For a full line of geocaching needs, visit their website today. They are an official Groundspeak distributor, and they have everything you need for geocaching supplies. That's www.cache-advance.com.
If you would like to donate to Aftercache, you can go to www.donateaftercache.com. There you can choose the payment type that best suits you. Any amount is appreciated, and we thank you in advance for your generous support. That's www.donateaftercache.com. All right, and here is another exciting news for me. On my website, hikerjamestalkshow.com, I have a tracker on there down towards the bottom on the right hand side. It tells how many days I have until my retirement. And as I make this audio, I have 82 days, 9 hours, 1 minute, and 34 seconds before my retirement date. And I have already signed up for that, and it's going to be something different, and I hope I enjoy my time off as much as I did my time working, which it's just going to be different, and I'm going to try to spend more time with the radio and do some more something a little different, a little better, where I have more time to do that. So anyway, that was some news on my part that I thought was interesting, and I would share it with you. All right, now if you go up on Twitter, I know a lot of people have Twitter. And you go up there on twitter.com/hikerjames. You'll find me there, and you can follow me. And if your page has anything to do with geocaching, I will follow you back. And there's a lot of information that comes and goes through Twitter, and I know that people appreciate when they get retweeted on some of their information that they give out. And I do retweet as much geocaching material as I can find on there. So check me out on twitter.com/hikerjames. Also on my website, hikerjamestalkshow.com, at the top of the page under Hiker James Geocaching Talk Show, you'll see underneath sponsored by, you'll see check out my latest geocaching newspaper here. And if you click on that, you will be taken to my newspaper for all the latest geocaching information. And if you follow me on that page, you will receive weekly updates of what's going on in the geocaching world. Also, if you have anything that you would like to advertise or share with us about geocaching, you can send us that information to Radio Talk Show 2013 at gmail.com, and we will place that up there on my website. And we have a few articles already on there about some different things, geocaching related stuff, and so it's just a place where you can learn and share some of your experiences and adventures. Also, there's a 90-second, a minute and a half audio that I have. You can send me a message, and that is through speakpipe.com/hikerjames, and you just follow the instructions there to click on record, and after you're done, you can either listen or you can delete or you can send. And I prefer that you send it, and just send that to me. I'll get it and play that on the air. Or if you don't want it played on the air, tell me so right away on there, and you do not want this played, and I will read it. I will read it as I listen to it, and be put that on the air also. Okay, now when you set out on a geocaching adventure, you never know what you're going to find. Of course, we always hope it's the geocache, but you could end up finding a place you've never known existed, another geocacher, a wild animal, or even in this case, a few Cadillacs sticking up out of the ground. This art installation near Amarillo, Texas, was created in 1974 and has been a must-see stop along Route 66 ever since. If you're ever in the area, finding the geocache is a must. One thing to keep in mind, this piece of art is in danger of being removed due to visitors leaving their empty spray paint cans behind. Do your part as a geocacher and CITO around the area. We appreciate it. Okay, that is one of the stories, the latest stories on blog.geocaching.com, and there's a lot of articles on there each week that they post on there as to what's going on in the geocaching world. It just doesn't make sense why they would go and do all the graffiti on these cars, but I have seen those cars myself way back. Before they started using the spray can paint on them, and the fellow, every time he bought a Cadillac and it wore out on him, he would plant it in the ground, and it's amazing to see. Even of the pictures that they have here on blog.geocaching.com, it's an awesome thing. But to actually see it when you're driving through Route 66, they they really come up with a unique way to dispose of his Cadillacs. Speaking of Route 66, my other half, Crazy Critter, 1966, does a lot of photography. And when we go out geocaching, and she does flowers and trees and clouds and all the nature things out there. And in our hometown here, we have the start of Route 66, and she had taken 2 pictures where one says Route 66 begin, and she has another picture of the sign that says end Route 66. And I thought that was pretty amazing. Then I got to thinking about it. It looks like we went from the beginning of it to the end of it, but actually we did it from 2 different corners of an intersection. And it was different because right there's where it ends in our town. I don't know where it picks up at after that, but just to see the 2 signs together kind of makes it look like we went from beginning to the end. And like I said, though, we actually went from one corner to the other to get those 2 signs in the picture. And I'll try to find out where you can see those at, and upload them on hikerjamestalkshow.com so everybody can get to see the 2 pictures there. And it's awesome. Well, we didn't get to go and do any geocaching this week or weekend. The one that we did last week kind of wore us out a little bit when we went after the one called No Horsing Around. That one was the one that I told about, rated difficult and terrain, was both rated 1.5, and I know for sure that was rated at least a 4 on the terrain. But if you missed out on that, just go back one episode to episode 11, and we have that story on there. And it's interesting to know that some people just do not understand the rating on them. And that when you go to place a cache somewhere, and you fill out the form to send in to geocaching.com, there is a self-rating thing there that if you're not sure what it's rated, you can click on that and it'll ask you some questions, like is it flat ground, or is it hilly? Is it like a mountain? Do you need special equipment for this and things like that? And then you answer all these questions and it will automatically rate that cache for you. So there's no question about whether you got it right or not. And I don't think a lot of people want to spend a lot of time filling out this form, but it sure does help, because I didn't think I was going to get out of that predicament that I got into last weekend, because we were there and we had to drive quite a while to get to it. And it's just aggravating, that when you get somewhere, and especially there's some caches where when you get to it, find out you need a boat or a kayak or something to get to it. And it doesn't say anywhere in there about that in the attributes. So make sure that when you fill out that form to place a cache, make sure that you have everything right so that people be prepared to go with what they need to find that cache. After last week, I decided to take the rope I had. I have, I believe it's a 50-foot rope. And I threw that in the car because I'm not going to be stuck out there unprepared for the next one. Well, if there's some out there that might need climbing gear, I don't even go to that because I'm not good at climbing. But for something like what we found last week was the rope would have helped a whole lot better. And so you got to go back to episode 10 or 11 and listen to that predicament that we got into there. And I had to have Crazy Critter 1966 help me up that incline with a big tree limb. And if she hadn't have been with me, I might not have went down to get it. And if I was not so smart enough to do it anyway on my own, I might have had to walk maybe a half a mile or more to find a better way out of there. So we just appreciate having the right chord or the right terrain and the right difficulty placed into that forum when you fill it out. We'd like to hear from everyone out there about your favorite adventures and stories about your geocaching and what has happened in the last week or the weekend. And of course, like I said, if you don't want it played on the air with a recording, we will tell the story. It's a lot easier to record it and send it to me than it is to type it all out on an email. But if you have any photos or anything, we can also post them up on hikerjamestalkshow.com and let everybody see what the views are of where you was geocaching with your favorite cache. Also, if you know of an event that's going to be happening before the show is, send it before the show is aired on Sundays, and that would be by noon. But if you know of an event that's going to take place after the show is aired, we'll put that on here so everybody will know about that. Don't forget to give the GC code, where it's at, or whatever is necessary so that people can go to that information and find out what's happening, where we're at. It doesn't matter. It might be an event in your hometown. It might be an event in another country. It might be one in that just anything, because somewhere someone is listening in that area that they might be interested in attending that event. So we're running here. We're getting close to about 30 minutes on our show. And let's see. We have a spot opened up for 45 minutes each week on here. And sometimes we just don't have any information to carry it that far. So a lot of times that's why I fill in a lot of extra things in here, repeat a lot of things, because trying to get that 45 minutes in. Now, to help out with that, that's where the information that you send me will help fill in the showtime. So let's do that. And don't forget, too, that this is a family-friendly radio, and there are a lot of children out there from 4 and up that do geocaching with their parents, and would like to hear from all of those also, because their stories are very interesting. The younger ones have a very wide imagination, and they can make the story sound interesting, funny, or whatever. And it would just be awesome to hear the younger children come up with their story. Now, you don't have to send in your name, address, or anything like that. If you go and just send me the video or the audio, and only thing I might need is like whatever their geocaching name is, or if they don't have one, just send in your name and with like Tommy Hawk Jr. or whatever, so we know somehow who they are. But in the area, we don't need to know the exact area. If you're calling from if you're sending in an audio from the United States and you live in Colorado, like say Boulder Springs, just put in there that you're from the Boulder Springs area in Colorado. If you're from another country, say you are from Germany, you can even just put Germany if you want to, but we like to kind of narrow it down to at least to the town or whatever it is that you're from, or wherever, at least wherever you did your geocaching. So we don't want any more information on here than what we have to have for the younger people, because that's not really a good thing to do. So, but anyway, it is going to be fun if I can get someone to fill in even 10 minutes. If everyone on here filled out a 10-minute audio, we might even have to carry it over to the next week, because we've been getting a lot of listeners on here, and we appreciate all the people that do listen to the show. The rating is going up each week, and we're holding it at steadily climbing, and it's amazing to me. I had one person send me an email here a couple of weeks ago and said that all of a sudden the episodes quit on iTunes. Well, when I started this program, radio show, I never even thought to set it up to where it would go to iTunes. And so I went up there and did that. And I appreciate that email that he couldn't find me anymore. And I thanked him for listening to the show and gave him the information he needed to find it now on iTunes. Also, it comes out on my YouTube each week, and that is under Hiker James 1 on YouTube. Hiker James 1 at gmail.com. So if you want to go to YouTube and search Hiker James 1, you'll find me there. And that also, I post on cacheface.social each week for the listeners there to be better access to it than looking for it elsewhere. So let's see, let me think where else you can find me on Tumblr. I'm on Tumblr, Hiker James, so you can search for me there and find the episodes also. The address for that is hikerjames.tumblr.com, and that's spelled Tumblr. Let's see, where else am I at here? The voice message, I gave you the voice message. That is, that's, okay, here it is, speakpipe.com/hikerjames. You can find me on geocaching.com also under Hiker James. Wow, there's a lot of them, different places that I am, but there's quite a few right there that you can find me or my show. And okay, well, let's talk about something else now. Let's talk about, say you have a cache and you don't want to keep it up no more and you want to give it away. There is a thing on geocaching.com called Adopt a Listing. And if you want to adopt that cache out to someone else to take care of, if you know someone who would like to have that, you send this request to them, and if they want it, they can click on that and adopt it from you. And that was be found at geocaching.com/adopt. And there it gives you the little form to fill out, which isn't all that big. It's you just put on there what cache you want to adopt out and the name of the person that you want to see if they want to adopt it, and it sends them an email. So check that out and see if you have any, like I said, I've adopted out a few caches, and I have adopted a few caches. So it's really simple and it's quick, and that way, the best way to get to it is just to write this down, which is geocaching.com/adopt. That's the fastest way to get to it. I don't know how you would find it otherwise on geocaching.com without going through the search and finding it that way. Also, how about geocaching license creator? This is kind of nice because you can go up there and get you a little license that tells who you are, your username, your member ID, and it's just a little thing that and you go to let's see, how would you do it? Go to www.geopowertools.com/IDS/geocacheid.php. Okay, let me do that again. www.geopowertools.com/IDS/geocacheid.php. Now, if you didn't get that wrote down quick enough, you can always go back on a little bit on here and catch that again. Okay. And one more time, that is www.geopowertools.com/IDS/geocacheid.php. And you just put your member number in there, your name, your caching name. You choose your color of card that you'd like to have, and you can replace the geocaching logo with a QR code if you would like to do that, and it will do that for you. All you have to do is put a check mark there, and then choose the file, no file choose, and create ID. It's pretty simple. And speaking of the QR codes, this is something interesting also you might want to check into. I have 2 or 3 different QR codes that I've made myself, and I use one of them as my profile picture on cacheface.social to link to my show page, Hiker James Talk Show. And what you do is you just go to qrcode.kaywa.com. Okay, that's qrcode.kaywa.com. And there you can make your own code. Just type in what you want on the URL, or Facebook, contact, coupon, whatever you want to make one out of. So you, like I say, you put your information right there, and that where it says, mine's on the URL. So if I was to type in hikerjamestalkshow.com into there, well, I would have to do the HTTP www:// whatever, you know what I'm talking about there. But anyway, if I was to type that address into there, it would make a QR code for that. And then from there, you can copy it and save it, and whatever you want to place that at, you can do so. And it comes up as a save it as a picture in your files. And I've got, like I said, I got 3 of them. One goes to my hikerjamestalkshow.com. The other one goes to cacheface.social page, and I've got one that goes to another, I can't remember which one that is, but okay, yeah, I got one that goes to Spreaker.com. So that takes you right to my show. It's kind of interesting because there's a lot of people out there that have that QR code reader on their phone, there's a QR code reader that comes with. Which one was there's one that automatically comes with that. That is called Munzie, and if you're not familiar with Munzie, that is another exciting game you play with your phone out there. And they have QR codes that you can actually go up there and place Munzies in different places and use your phone to scan these QR codes and get you points. If you want to check that out, just go to munzie.com and see what it's about. But the QR code on Munzie will not work on these QR codes that you make here on KAYWA.com, but it's interesting, and so check it out. Also, while you're up there and while I've got it on my phone here, Monster Cash is another game that you can download on your phone, and you go out and capture monsters. Your screen on your phone shows the area, and as you walk around the area, that you have a net on your phone, and when you walk that net over where there's a Munzie, which is all virtual, there's no actual anything there except virtual monsters. And this is a fun game because you see them everywhere. You go to monstercash.com and check that out. It's lots of fun. If you're somewhere where there's not any geocaches, you can find a lot of monsters, or you can find lots of Munzies on munzie.com. So it gives you something to do when you don't have anything to do, right? So check all them out today and download them. They're all free, and they explain how you can do it for free, and just have lots of fun out there with your kids and your grandparents or whoever you might have out there with you. I know that there are people from 4 to 90 that get out there and have just much fun as the middle-aged people do. And listen, if you're an older person and you think that you have the age that beats all other geocachers out there, send me an email. Let me know how old you are, and we'll calculate that up and see if we have someone who is the oldest geocacher out there. So far, I think it was 72. The couple that I met at the event here a while back, a couple months ago, she was 72 years old. Her and her husband was out geocaching at the event, and they was kicking it just like the 5 and 6 year olds out there. They was right in there, walking right on up from cache to cache, and trying to get their points in for the event. All right, we only have about 2 minutes left, a little less than 2 minutes left. So we're going to call this a day. We're going to call this the end of our show. And we appreciate all the listeners we have had on this show. Let us know where you heard it from, where you were at when you listened to this show, your city, state, country, wherever you are. Drop us a line at Radio Talk Show 2013 at gmail.com. Until next week, see you all, and have a safe and happy week at geocaching and whatever you might be doing out there. So, see ya.